Yeah, I think
Well,
that's
it was when I was born.
Chris, I'll switch you on. Right, we're recording.
Touchline Tales with Des Lynam and Christopher Matthew.
There's a man I play golf with sometimes who commentates on every shot that he's played.
Oh, what? You see what I did there? That one?
Yes, that one, yes.
Chapter 1, An Uproar of Butterflies.
I played a lot of golf with Jimmy Hill, you know, Jimmy,
Yes,
the
of course,
famous
yes.
football commentator, etc., football in his time. But Jimmy used to tutor you all the way round. Sometimes on the first tee, you would actually find he had his arms around you, showing you where the club should go on the backswing.
Very funny.
But he did it in a fairly delightful way, Jimmy, so you couldn't take umbrage about it at all.
Did it improve your golf?
Not at all.
Have you got my briefcase there? Because I'd like to fill Des in a bit on where we're going. I've got these books here which are full of fascinating information about Royal Blackheath Golf Club. And
Is this supposed to be an older golf course than the Scottish course, is that?
well, apparently
That's doubtful.
they say it's the oldest,
Really?
1608, but they say that nobody's really proved it. And as nobody can prove otherwise, they've decided to
just
say
go
they're
with
the
it.
oldest. And they moved down to where we're now going, which is Eltham. Is it pronounced Eltham or Eltham?
Eltham.
Eltham, that's right. Just after the First War, so they've been there ever since they amalgamated. We're nearly there because Eltham Palace is just up the top here, isn't it? Round to the corner here.
We turn left here.
Do you ever remember a chap, have you heard of a chap called Timothy Galway?
No.
He wrote books called The Inner Game.
Yes.
You heard of that? He was a
I've
tennis
heard of
player
that.
originally, and
Yes.
he got to be in the top 10 in the United States, but no better.
Yes.
And he applied what he called the inner game, the second self, to the game, psychological sort of thing. And he decided that the game where you have to think most about is golf, so he decided to adapt it to golf. But before he could write the book, he had to take up golf. And within a year, he got down to a 9 handicap or something, so his book was being produced in the UK, and at the time I was working on Nationwide, so we decided to do a film about him, and he took me to Wentworth. I'd hardly played golf in those days. And he took me to this par 3, and there was a pond, and he said to me, "What's the problem with this?" I said, "The water." "Yes." He said, "Well, all right. You're going to hit the ball in the water." "Am I?" He said, "You'd probably hit it in the water. But if you were going to hit it in the water, how would you like to do it?" And I said, "With style." So he said, "Go on, hit it with style." So I hit a 5-iron and put it about a foot from the pin. He said, "Well, that's the wrong club," and gave me an 8-iron, and I did much the same again. And while he was with me, I played superbly well. I thought, I've solved the answer to this game.
Well, it's to go around with him all the
Yeah,
time.
but when he left, it disintegrated again. But he had these wonderful techniques for getting you to play, sort of forgetting about yourself and sort of letting your natural resources take over. And it was a terrific book.
Here we are, Royal Blackheath Golf Club.
There you go.
What a lovely day. There's a story about a man who was seen coming out having played a round of golf, and there was a pond just outside, where the car park, and he took his clubs, hurled them in to the middle of the pond, walked off. About 2 minutes later he reappeared, marched into the middle, got his clubs out, unzipped the bag, got his car keys out, threw the whole lot back in again.
I like it. That is style.
Well, I think this is stuff. Look, we're parking where it says Field Marshal. Nothing
Right.
but the best for us.
There you go. You coming in?
Morning.
Oh, look. 400 years of the Blackheath Golfer. Noel. G-O-F-F-E-R. Is that what it was? That's why some...
It was. We celebrated our 400th anniversary 2 years ago in 2008.
And it's Goffer.
It's Goffer.
And didn't you play up there just to...
Yes, we played.
had a
we
round?
played on the heath, the original 5 holes.
Could you see where the course had been?
Yeah,
Is it quite...
well, we've got records, and so we were allowed up there weeks before, and our chap sorted it all out, and yeah, we played all the 5 holes.
And then you drove across the main road, the A2?
No, they didn't shut that. And the original 5 holes.
Would have done if I'd been
Yes,
playing, I can
exactly.
Nice
But,
slice.
Well, there were a few at that, but
And
the
Matthew's
original
slice.
5 were on the main bit, and
Yes.
then they opened another 2 holes later on over by Blackheath Park.
Yes, I know, yes. I have to say, coming through this door and looking
The
at
view.
that course in front of you is one of the best views.
Ever.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
How long have you been a member here?
10 years.
Oh, 10 years. Because I played here 20 years ago. I was a member of the Boxing Writers Club, and I still am.
Yeah.
And they had a golf day here.
Yes.
And it was a good day. I remember the weather was just like this. Fantastic. Very enjoyable.
I know you've got a good memory, but you're not going to go through every shot you played, are you?
It's funny you should say that, because I've just spotted a hole that I'd rather have had a good shot on.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?